self raising your child to have self-discipline, part 4.
Mm. Mhm.
Okay, I saw the question and I have to answer this one because I think it's very important. The question is, if I have a special need, a child or child with special needs, it means that Hashem wanted to punish me. Exactly the opposite. Meaning you're so good that if Hashem have a neshama that needs a special care and He chose you, meaning you're certified by HaKadosh Baruch Hu that you are the best for the job. Why it's a punishment? To be a surgeon in the hospital is a punishment. Yes, sometimes it's too much work. To be a surgeon also, you have to wake up sometimes in the middle of the night. It's emergency. Stress. Aren't we all? So, you see, this needs a change of approach, a change of a set of mind. And I'm glad that this question came up. So now I hope that we're starting to implement new rules in the house. So we have to be very consistent to implement the new rule. You have to ask from your kids a total discipline, and you're not going to budge. This is the only way to implement the rule that you want to implement. Okay? Because a parent is authority. And he is the inspector to see that all the rules that we set for the house are being met. Our kids want to know that they can count on us, they can rely on us. They want to believe that you're going to stand on by the rules that you implemented. He wants it. He needs it. We all know the declaration, I don't want to be a policeman here, but you're forcing me to act like a policeman. Did you say it once? Did you say it once? Did you say it? I don't want to be the policeman over here, but I have no choice. You're bringing me to the point that I have to be a police. It's a mistake. Why it's a mistake? Why it's a mistake?
It's a mistake because you're declaring that you're not responsible. You're giving up your responsibility. You're declaring, saying, I don't want to have my position, but you shouldn't be a policeman to begin with. So it means you're not controlling the situation properly.
Okay. So I have some news for you. We are the police.
We are.
Yes. Why? A policeman is a bad person. So why are we so afraid to say that we are the police?
The policeman enforces the laws.
Good. That's a good one. I'm here to impose the laws. Otherwise, it's going to be a chaos. That's what you want. That's what happened when they wanted to defund the police. Yes. So you can go to a store, take whatever you want, and go out and so that's not a chaos. So what's wrong of being a police? Why Ima cannot say, okay, yes, I'm the police. Why? Because the police have to talk, have to be very much to the point. A very pleasant one. And I can give you a ticket, with I'm doing my job, doing my job. I'm sorry I have to do this to you, but I have to implement the law. So you can be nice. I'm gonna give you a ticket, yes. Because that's my duty. But the policeman can be very nice also. He said, I don't like to do it, but I have to do it. I think that it will sound much better. Because the policeman is on a mission. What's the mission of the policeman? What's the mission?
To protect the community.
So do I have to feel guilty?
No. He's just doing his job.
Very good. So why are we feeling guilty when we're saying, don't make me be the police? What's wrong with it?
Nothing is part of your job.
That's part of the mission.
Yeah.
To implement the rules. Okay, very good. Yes, we are police. Okay. So here we go. Actually, after I sent the message, I wanted to change actually the topic. And now I'm going to speak about the topic up to implement the new rules. The key word is patient. Actually, the topic of tonight will be patient, which is very important to be patient. How are you going to convince your children to accept the new ruling in the house? How are we going to get their cooperation? Because the kids, when they get used to something, when they have a habit, it's very difficult to move them from the habits that they have. You need a lot of patience, a lot, to change the habit of a child. How long it takes for us to change one habit?
$7 years.
For us, it's very difficult. When we get used to something, when they want to change it for us, we're resisting it. I got used to this. Why are you trying to change me now? I don't want to change. Isn't it the case? You remember I told you that when I was a child, we had a person fixing the cushion of the furnitures.
Yes, and he smoked out of one side and you
Oh,
asked him
right, yeah.
if he would smoke out of the other side.
Oh, Kara,
Yeah.
that's how it used to work.
Hmm.
One eye was closed, and the ash and the
Mhm.
ashes still look like a cigarette, and the smoke gets into his
Yeah.
eye, and he's working with one eye
Wow.
for years. Until
It's interesting that children are very aware of adults repeating their behavior.
yeah, so I was
Therefore,
asking,
You were
and then
trying-
I had the guts to tell them, why don't you change the side? You know, this side already, but it's yellow, and you don't see. Maybe you can move it over here.
No.
Balance it out.
He looked at me and said, in Yiddish, he told me,
Oh,
Ingele, geh weg,
Gayovec.
geh weg.
Mhm.
okay, okay.
Gayovec.
Don't
I heard that often.
Yeah,
hype me in Chinese now.
Yeah.
right, yeah.
Geh weg.
We heard that all the time.
Meaning he wanted to say to me,
Get out of here.
get out of here. Don't drive me crazy. What did I say? I said, move it from here to me. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Mhm.
He got used to it.
Yeah.
He got used to it. So how much patience you need from a child until he will buy the new rules that you want to implement? You think it's going to be overnight? No way. And we, the parents, we're not the only one who's trying to implement all the time the new rules. Every society, having new rules from time to time. Yes? So how do they marketing the new rules into the public? So they're giving the public a limited amount of time to get used, to adjust to the new ruling, to adjust to it. And they think that this is enough time to get used to the new rule. So we have to do the same thing at home. When we want to implement a new rule, you have to repeat it time after time after time. What's going to happen? The child will resist, and you implementing. Again, he is resisting. Again, the parents, until it will sink in. Now, this is not going to go overnight. This will take time. Usually what we want,
Instant change.
instant change. Didn't I tell you no more? Well, what do you think? Don't forget a cigarette. So don't show the child now that you're being impatient. And don't scream at him every time that he cannot follow the new rule. It's very difficult for him to get used to it. Remember this fact, and please be patient. Be patient. So, how can we give encouragement to the child to stand by the new rules? How are we going to encourage him? By screaming at him?
No, won't work.
By calling him names?
No.
No. I'll tell you what needs to go down. Believe in the child. You have to believe in the child. You have to be sure that he is capable, he is able to follow the rules and to show discipline. Do we believe in the child or not? You take the new rules seriously and hope for the change that will come, and it will come. This is the Jewish way of life. Do we wake up every morning? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now, are we doing everything what Hashem wants us to do?
No.
How about a person who doesn't do anything? Why should he wake up in the morning?
Because Hashem believes in him, that today could be
Yes.
different.
What's the logic to let him get up again? He will make more sins and more sins. What's that? Take him out of here. And Hashem makes sure that he will wake up every morning. Why? Because we're saying every morning, במודה אני, רבה אמונתך. You believing in us so much, so you're giving us another chance. How patient is Hashem? How patient?
Extremely.
You know, doing tshuva, you have to change all the rules that you had before. All the things that you got used to, you have to change it. And it takes time, no? It was easy to cover your hair. I don't think so.
It's also all the resistance that you get, all the,
First of all, you,
Yeah.
the
Oh.
outside, we
Okay.
know.
change your hair, yeah, cover your, yeah.
I think it's even harder Rav, to cover with a mitpachat than a wig. I think that's what was really hard.
Whatever it is, it's difficult.
Yeah.
Because we have to change everything that we got used to until now.
Mhm,
The new style of clothing.
mhm.
It's not me, I don't know.
Wait, it was something.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But Hashem believed in us.
Mhm.
Hashem believed in us every day is a new day. Without any connection to what we did yesterday. If Hashem will connect what we did yesterday to today, oy vavoy. And Hashem believing in us is not going less and less because we're failing. Hashem says, I still believe in you. Each one of us is getting the koach from the emunah and the belief that Hashem have in us. Hashem trusting us, Hashem believing us, even though we're making sin, even though we're not perfect. Every Jew. And Hashem giving it to us as a gift for free. We have to adopt this approach. We must. I believe in my child without any conditions. If you're going to believe on the ability of your child, and you're going to tell him this, we believe in you. We know it's difficult. We know that. But we trust in you. We have a trust in you, and we believe in you that you're going to be able to get used to the new rules. Then he will justify you. You have to give him encouragement. We believe in you. Here we go. Let me see what you're going to say about this one. What a good example. Listen. One day, a child, he is walking home by himself, and he felt terrible. Why? There's a few days that he is trying to restrain himself and to overcome his tendency, the natural one, to hit. He likes to hit. And now he's working on himself. He knows it's not good. So he's trying to work on himself. And he said, interesting, few days passed. I didn't hit anybody. And nobody paid attention to me. Only when I hit, everybody is on top of me. When I don't hit, no comment. Why, when I hit, everybody jump on me and right away punishing me? And when I'm putting in effort, trying not to hit, and I did it already for a few days, why no one is noticing it? So why should I be a good boy? What do you say? Is the child right?
The child
Yes.
is right. He is right, because I don't know if he's talking about in school and his teacher.
Everyone.
Well, let's say in school, the teacher, if she was aware, she would give him, somebody would give him, he's saying, but he's not verbalizing it, but he realizes at a young age that it's in nature of the society to focus on the negative, on the bad behavior, not on the good behavior. No one complimented him, and he probably was thinking, why doesn't somebody, my mother or my teacher, why doesn't someone say, I noticed that you didn't hit for 3 days. I'm very proud of you.
Very good. So here we go. Few feet before he gets into the house, he met a father of his friend. And the father saying to the child, oh, it's so good to see you. It's wonderful to see you. And he sees that the father shows a very happy face. He says, my child, Michael, told me that few days already you're not bothering anymore in school. It's very nice of you that you're able to overcome yourself. I assume that it's very difficult for you. But with sincerity, I want to tell you, I appreciate it very much that you're putting in effort to get better. Very nice of you. Continue the same way. The child woke up for life. His eyes open up and say, oh. So he said, so they do pay attention, I see. They do pay attention. So I want to show him that it's not only few days. I'm going to prove everybody that I'm able to stop it totally. You see what few lines did? That's how you encourage a child. Day by day. If he does bad things, if one day he was able to restrain himself, you have to praise the child and him, Kol hakavod, I see you're putting in effort. I know it's difficult for you. We appreciate it so much. You can't even imagine how we appreciate it. You're working on yourself. So the child will say, I have to prove that there is not only one day.
Mhm,
I'll continue.
mhm.
That's how you give encouragement to the child to continue, to get better.
When I was teaching, a friend of mine, my friend was the school, they called her the, well, she was like the psychologist at school, but she focused on positive reinforcement. That was the goal, to always give positive reinforcement for behavior, not
Yes.
punishing and not, she showed me all her tricks and all the things that she did with children. Like one of the things she did was with some children that had certain problems is if they refrained from the problem in school for a few hours or a day, they could come to her office and have lunch with her. Positive things to make them feel special.
Very, very smart.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Very smart. Now, we as people, we need encouragement. All of us. Aren't we all? We want people to notice that we're trying to change. Yes, we do. Our children need it as well. They want to know that you paid attention, that they're trying to see the changes. They want us to comment, to notice them. And it's fair, they need it. And we have to praise the child. We see, I see you, I see that you're davening much better. I'm so proud of you. I know it's difficult to pray, but I see that you're putting in effort. Mommy is so happy. The child don't want to lose it. He wants to continue. You have to emphasize that you see that he is trying to follow the rules. I know that the new rules are difficult. I see that you're trying to accept it. We're very much appreciating this. Well, and don't have a hope, right, or expectation that the child will follow the rules perfectly. Usually they start with partially. So even the partial, you have to let's say the child get to a point, he doesn't want to put a tzitzit. Okay. Then you try to encourage him, the school, this and that. So one day he decided, I put. So what are we saying now? Very good. That's what it should be every day now. Is that encouragement? No. Kol hakavod. We see that you trying to overcome the obstacle. We know it's difficult. Kol hakavod for the effort. My parents noticed, and they didn't say, why don't you put every day? So now also that I wanted to talk to you about is we have to help our kids to be successful. How? We got used to put labels. This child is like Noah. Do you know what Noah? It's comfortable to deal with this child. It's not resisting. It doesn't make any problems. So he has a label, a comfortable child. Disciplined, and he accepts any rules without any problem. There are kids like that. On the other hand, he has a brother that we call the tough one. So we have in the same house two labels, a good one and a difficult one. Yes? Are we labeling?
Yes, Quadros.
Don't be ashamed to say it's fine. It's okay. You know, we're trying to correct it. Okay. Why is it difficult? Because he don't want to follow the rules. And he's arguing on every small thing. When we labeling the child as a difficult one, as an easy one, we don't let them develop the way that they should. Because the child, the difficult one, he knows already that it's difficult because he hears it all the time. So he by himself stopped believing in himself. And he's already giving up in advance. Because he believed to what you're saying to him. You're a difficult child. Okay. So how is he going to get out of it? How is he going to develop? He's not. He doesn't believe in himself. He does not believe in the torah that he has. Why? Because the parents told them, you're a difficult child. Yeah. And the good child, what we call the easy one, also is not happy. Why? Because he is sure that the love of his parents is conditional. That's why whatever they're asking him to do, he'll do. If not, they're not going to love me. Even though it's difficult for him, he feels I must do it in order to get my parents' love. Otherwise, they're not going to love me. So how can you convince a child that your love toward him is not concerning his actions at all? Maybe you have an idea. Usually what we're saying to the child. If you listen, you're a good boy. If you're not, we don't love you. So why do Hashem still loves us? That's the question. So we have to adopt a different approach totally. And the approach should be, if a child behaves properly, you have to give him a message. And the message is, we're happy with your success. We're out. We're happy for you. We're happy that you're successful. Not that you have to make us happy. We are happy for you. And we don't have to expect, right? When I want to see nachat, okay, that's good. We all want it. But the approach to it, we have to be happy for the child. I see that you fulfilling all the good that you have inside. I'm happy that you're becoming a better person. I'm happy for you. I'm coming as a secondary. Usually it's the opposite. You have to satisfy me, so I can tell you, yes, I have nachat from you. Meaning everything starts here, not there. This needs to be changed. Did you get it?
Yes.
Everybody? Oh, I have to repeat.
Repeat always good, Rabbi. It goes better inside, you know.
Yes, please repeat.
Okay.
I also didn't get it. Yeah.
Okay.
We are too shy to say. What can
Why?
Because Sharona is so fast.
So,
Sharona gets it fast.
we have to send a message to the child that we are happy with his success. Not that we are happy that you're a good boy. So, we're happy for you that you are working on yourself.
Rav,
Yes.
is Rav saying that the love shouldn't be dependent on the outcome of the child? So that even if he is not behaving or behaving, the love should still be the same.
The
And
expectation is that the child have to act in order to make us happy.
Meaning the love is dependent on his behavior. And that shouldn't be that way. We should love him regardless.
So we have to tell him, we're happy for you.
As long as he's trying and
Yes, we're happy for you. We see that you're trying.
And to make sure to give him that encouragement and notice the small business
Yes.
that he makes.
and we notice improvement.
Yes. Meaning it is not supposed to be good because we want him to be good. We want him to be good for his own benefit. It makes us happy to see the child that getting more responsibility on himself and trying to work on himself. The nachat is to see a child that's working on himself. Usually the children feels, and it can be also between a husband and wife. A wife feels when the husband is not healthy mentally, his behavior toward his wife and his so-called love towards his wife, it depends how she perform me. If you do what I ask you, good. If not, I'm not here. And this will never end. Because the more she'll do, the more demanding it will be. And our kids feel that. Sometimes they feel, I don't want to be. I don't want to be good because as much as I do, my parents still want more and more and more. So they don't want to start even. So when we're talking only about, we see what you're doing, we're happy for you, we're not in the game, only you. We are cheerleaders. We see what you're doing. So the child understand now that my parents don't. Depending the love, if I'm doing what they want or not. They're happy for me regardless. So it's not a love that it depends on something. If you talk to kids, that's what they're going to tell you. Every child almost feels that if he doesn't do what the parents will expecting him of doing, they're not going to love him. They'll be mean. And this is not good. It's more than not good. So the child feels that the parents care for me. They want me to be successful. Not for them, for me. They're not asking me discipline because of them. They want me to be disciplined. It will help me in life. So let me tell you this much. Hashem did not give us kids, good or bad. Do you believe that Hashem will send you a bad child?
No.
Huh?
No,
No.
Hashem is a source of good. So it's just
So-
hard. It's hard raising them sometimes.
But the difficult ones will help us become better people and better parents. That's what the difficult
Absolutely.
kids are for.
That's a
Yeah.
good point. That's a very good point, actually. And I'll get to it. Hashem gave us challenges. He's challenging us. A child when he resisting, he is rebellion. He is forcing us to work on our patience. If the kids will be like soldiers, yes, ma'am, yes, sir, go to sleep, open up your mouth, you eat. We will never go. What makes us grow is the challenge. How many times I told you? How many times? You know, people who don't understand what chinuch means. So they want yeshiva which is perfect. Perfect will be only when the Mashiach will come. Did you see once a hospital only for healthy people?
No.
No?
No.
When you're sending a child to yeshiva, you're sending to yeshiva a challenge. And some yeshivot don't want this challenge. They say, we want the top students. Hospital for healthy people. Nursing home only for young people. Because today, since we want everything easy, so we want the children also to be easy. So if you have a challenging child, I will not call him a difficult child, a challenging one in the classroom. So, no, let's see how good you are. Let's see how much patience you have. Hashem sent you this challenge. Very good. So instead of challenging, why the teacher will send out a child? Get out of the classroom.
Because of lack of patience.
They can't handle the child.
Misbehaving.
So if he'll go out, he will learn how to behave.
No, but it won't be the teacher's problem anymore. Be someone else.
Aha. Aha. So in Hebrew, it sounds very good. And I will explain what I'm saying. Those who knows Hebrew will enjoy it. במקום להתמודד, אני מבודד. Instead of me challenging, I'm throwing it out. I don't want to challenge you. So the teacher don't understand that this child is in the classroom to work on his patient, to work on him understanding how to deal with a child like this. Maybe the child wants to be noticeable. Move him forward, put him next to you, give him a job. You're gonna be in charge of the cleaning. You're gonna be in charge. Do something with the child. Out. So we don't appreciate it. We don't appreciating the challenges that Hashem sending us.
What if our child's what if our child has a teacher like this? Are we the ones that are supposed to educate the teacher on how to work with this child?
That's the principal job.
Mm-hmm.
What? The teacher is not belong in the classroom. First of all, he's a child of Hashem. If he is in the classroom, meaning Hashem wants him there. And the teacher have to think, what do Hashem wants from me? He is not over here by accident or by coincidence. I have a job to do. So a child like this at home, causing the parents to work on the patient, to develop self-control, and that's how you grow. And you can deal with the rest of your children much better. Dafka, the challenging children will make you good parents. Not stam, the Gemara said, that's one of the Tanaim said, I learned a lot from my rabbeim that taught me Torah. And I learned a lot also from my chevruta. But above all, for my students, I learned the most. What can you learn from a student? How to deal with people, how to be patient, different approach to each character. I grew up from whom? From my students. Without our kids, we will be the same teenagers that we got married, will stay the same.
Rav,
Yeah,
would you say that all yeshivas have some educators that don't know how to speak to children or to educate them properly in terms of behavior and discipline? Like the solution would not be to change schools, right? If you feel like your school has certain educators that just don't know how to deal with children. The solution would be to work with the principal in educating the teacher.
One thing I can tell you, if the teacher will not be able to take this challenge, if I'm the principal, I'm going to replace him, chick-chack.
All right.
Rabbihaimoff,
Ah,
you know what? As a teacher, though, you know, I'm your student, and you always taught me to focus on the kids that need the most. And I do, but sometimes I feel that the good kids get neglected. So then how do you balance? Because that child needs so much of your love and attention that how about the good ones? And
they
that's what
don't-
happens. That's what happens to me sometimes. I just see I'm focusing so much on the kids that are in trouble that what about the good ones?
they don't need you so much.
You really think so, Rabbi? They don't need me so. Okay.
You have to know that the child that is challenging is coming also from a home. They don't know what to do with him.
Mm-hmm.
The good ones, they're coming from homes that more or less they get what they need.
Rabbi, what do you do with the very smart students? They also need a lot of attention. The ones that are ahead.
They need challenge.
Mm.
Okay. So if you a Rebbe, a good one,
Right.
the smart ones, you give them extra curriculum.
Mhm.
You challenging them. Beside what they're doing in the classroom, you're challenging them. So they don't feel bored in the classroom.
They don't feel that no one paying attention to them because they feel like that when they're a lot ahead of the class. Mhm.
Yes. I know what it means because I had a class where I grew up. Everybody was by math. Not everybody, but we had few boys that were sharp as I don't know what. But you know what? It doesn't mean if you're smart, it will take you somewhere.
No, the C students are getting ahead of them. Mhm. Yeah.
It's correct.
Yes.
It's correct. So we have challenges at home. Very good. Don't call them difficult. Don't call them no labeling. Challenging.
They make us
Challenge.
better people. Yeah.
Challenge is very good.
Yes. They make us better people.
It's an opportunity for growth, Rev.
Yehovah.
It's like
Yehovah. You can't even imagine what opportunity is this. Okay. I have to wish you all Shabbat Shalom. We're not done yet. We have part 5 and 6. We're going to stay on the topic because I see already that it needs improvement. Yes. We
Yeah.
all have to admit that it needs improvement.
Yes, Rav,
I think so.
very much.
So the next year will be Shabbat, 7:30, in Hashem.
Thank you so much, Rav.
And the topic will be a different one for the new crowd there. How to give a chinuch in one head. Meaning Abba and Ima on the same page. Not to have two voices at home. Even though we dealt with this once, it will not harm you to listen to it again and again. So, Motzai Shabbat, 7:30. Hopefully, I see you all.
Thank you so much, Rav. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you very
Shabbat
much.
shalom.
Shabbat shalom, thank you.
1 second, please.